And now they're just about to tee off. It's landed in the rough. The ball's landed in thick rough. What a great shot. That's what happens if a shot is hurried and not thought through. Well, you couldn't have asked for a worse place for the ball to land. Well, that was an awful shot. A shot that should have been fairly straightforward. Well, that's a serious misjudgment. Okay, on the fairway. That was a great effort. The balls ended up on the green. Well, that was a good attempt. Balls come to rest on the green. And it's down. Player one has finished this hole with a bogey. And it's in at last. Carl Grady has finished this hole with a bogey. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And first up on the tee is player one. Oh, what a drive, a total miss-hit. That's not at all what we expected. That was a crucial drive. How unfortunate to strike that tree. That's a pity. Looked as if it was going to be good, but looks can be deceiving. They must be wondering what on earth went wrong. Well, we're used to seeing a lot better. I wonder what went wrong. It's in the bunker. We'll certainly see sand fly here. Well, that was either bad luck or bad technique. I'll leave it up to you to decide. That ball's in the bunker, Brighton Beach. Well, wasn't that a nicely placed shot? Oh, that's safely on the green. That was a very confident shot. Great technique. Ball safely on the green. Oh, look at that. Went right round the lip of the hole. What about that? Just didn't want to go in. And it's down. Carl Grady has finished this hole with a bogey. And it's in. Player one has finished his hole with a double bogey. Let's go to the leaderboard and take a look at the current scores. And to tee off first is Carl Grady. What power! That ball's on the fairway. A long and forceful drive. That's nicely on the fairway. Just look at that shot. Balls come to rest on the green. What a corker, what a corker! That shot was so sweetly struck. The balls ended up on the green. Oh, that's just too hard. Oh, look at that. Went right round the lip of the hole. Oh, and it's in. Yes, it's in. Player one has finished this hole level par. And it's down. Carl Grady has finished this hole with a birdie. Let's take another look at the leaderboard. Carl Grady has the honour. Well, that's in a bunker. That was a crucial drive. Ball safely on the green. That was a great effort. That's safely on the green. I just don't believe that. That ball's in the sand. That's overshot the hole. And it's in. Carl Grady has finished this hole level par. Well, close, but not close enough. And it's in at last. Player 1 has finished his hole with a double bogey. Let's go to the leaderboard and see how things stand. And first on the tee is Carl Grady. We don't see drives often of that calibre. Ball's on the fairway. That's in the rough. That was an unforgettable golfing moment. The balls ended up on the green. Yes, that's perfectly placed. Well, that was a good attempt. Balls come to rest on the green. Listen to the applause. The crowd just loved that shot. Player 1 has finished this hole level par. And it's in. Carl Grady has finished this hole with a birdie. The leaderboard looks like this. Carl Grady is the first to tee off. No, that's landed in a bunker. Now this next one's not for the faint-hearted. Oh, perfect positioning. Brilliant, brilliant, sheer class. That was a very confident shot. Great technique. Ball safely on the green. Just look at that shot. Oh, that's safely on the green. It didn't look as if it was going in, but it did. Carl Grady has finished this hole level par. Too hard, much too hard. Oh, that was so close. And it's in at last. Player one has finished his hole with a double bogey. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. So first on the tee is Carl Grady. What a spectacular drive. Ball's come to rest on the green. What an awful drive. Well, that shot's just short of the green. That shot was so sweetly struck. Ball safely on the green. Now that was hit much too strongly. A gentler approach was needed there. Far too much power in that putt. Close, very close, but not the final drop. And it's in. Carl Grady has finished this hole with a bogey. And it's in at last. Player 1 has finished this hole with a bogey. Let's go to the leaderboard and take a look at the current scores. And now they're just about to tee off. It's landed in the rough. That was unfortunate. Well, I think that shot was down to lack of concentration. Oh dear me, that ball's in the bush. If anyone said this hole was easy, well, they're sorely mistaken. That ball's been stopped by that bush. Just rushed it a bit there, I fancy. It's in the bunker. We'll certainly see sand fly here. Well, you couldn't get much better than that. Oh, that was so unlucky. Well, they're in a wonderful position for the next shot.